and welcome to Cuesta Sports Monthly, an in-depth look at Cuesta athletics. I'm Peter Schuler, and this month's show will be joined by Oscar Pedroso and Elis Gibson for men's basketball. We'll also welcome a pair of female cagers, Katie Rodriguez and Miriam Zabinski. And also, just before we go, we'll steal a few minutes with Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. Sophomores Oscar Pedroso and Elis Gibson are two of the leaders on the Cuesta men's basketball team. Pedroso is a returning all-conference selection, and Gibson is a reserve point guard and team captain. The Cougars, ranked number 20 in the state, are currently in first place in the Western State Conference and chasing another conference title and a playoff berth. We welcome Oscar and Elis to Cuesta Sports Monthly. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Both sophomores coming back last year, a fourth place finish, but in a very tough conference, and made the playoffs. This year, you guys are on top of the conference, moving forward, looking for another playoff berth, but this time with a conference title on time. You guys entered conference playoff play with as the only team with a winning record in the conference. So it's a little bit different dynamic this year. You guys are staying on top rather than battling your way through. Oscar, coming back as a sophomore, what were some of the hopes or expectations you had coming in back as a sophomore for the team?
As a sophomore, I want to win. I want to win. It's better for everybody to win. And last year, we got a fourth place. We a difficult home game against Citrus in home. We have tough, like you say. We have a tough conference, and this year, we're better than other guys. We can see we have a better team than everybody. We play better than everybody. We had two bad games when we lost against this.
Tough game against Canyons. The overtime loss there
against Moore Park in Moore Park. That is difficult. Small gym, a lot of people. The refs and everything, but I think we won against Ventura. I think it's going to be a turnaround from the season,
right?
And I think we'll be good. I think
that's one of the things with this conference. So many of the coaches know each other so well, and the players. That was your second time you played Moore Park. You're going to play them again. This week we have Alan Hancock for the third time. You've played Santa Barbara 3 times already, but they're at the bottom of the conference right now. You're going to end up playing them 4 times, so you're getting to see a lot of the different, a lot of the conference teams. It's you guys know each other so well. It makes it tough, especially when you go on other floors. What was kind of your change as a role last year? You were a scorer last year, but this year the leading scorer. What kind of has changed for you this year?
I think last year, I was freshman. It was my first year in America. I was kind of expecting what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna be in the team, and everything. But I think I did okay last year. And this year is different. I think we have a younger team than last year. That is true. We have a younger team last year. I'm the sophomore and all those guys on the team. So I think I help the young guys. It's different from last year.
Now, we talked about the age of the team and LSU, but kind of put it in a leadership role. Oscar's got a year under his belt here in America, but you've been here a lot longer than that, I think. But what is kind of it like with the leadership? You have one kid, Alejandro Horta, who is out of high school. He's an 18-year-old. Everybody else is 19, 20 and up. What's kind of the dynamic there as a leadership, because you have so many older players and much more maturity on the team?
I mean, I'd have to say, looking at it from that point of view, it's kind of I wouldn't say hard to deal with, but it's weird because you have the mixture between old veteran players such as Oscar and Alex Seagal, who's played at a high level, and then we got the youngster that's played at a high level. So just combining both of those, it sometimes it could clash, because they really don't see eye to eye, and sometimes the old ones don't see eye to eye with the young ones. You know how that goes. Right. But we fixed it though. At first it was a little rough, but now we're just one big family, and that's pretty much it. We all came together, and met with each other. Okay, well, her one side, her another side, and then we came together as a unit. So as far as the vets meeting with the rookies, it was hard at first, but we've compromised.
Now, so you have not only the dynamic of age and youth, but you also have these cultural differences, and what are some of the challenges of playing on a team with international players? That you've come in. What are the challenges you face as a player? What are the challenges for you probably playing with mostly all Americans all through Bakersfield and then down at Pasadena? What are some of those challenges there culturally, I'd say.
Like, I mean, it's different. It's very different. I mean, especially just the style of ball. You know, I mean, playing in Europe and playing in the States. I mean, there's two styles of ball. You know, so I mean, I guess adjusting to that. And also, just culturally, it's just different. You know, I mean, I love it because, I mean, I get to, you know, one guy's from Portugal, one guy's from Spain, you know, one guy's from Russia, you know, one guy's from Africa. You know, so I get a mixture of all that. You know, it's kind of cool because I never thought I would be able to, you know, experience something like this. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I got brothers from Africa now, brothers from Portugal, brothers from, you know, Spain now. So.
And that's kind of something that happens to that team because you guys are all kind of, you find acceptance on the basketball court, and that's kind of where you get your family thing. That's neat. Oscar, just for you coming over here, I mean, you're one of 3 people from the Iberian Peninsula. Plus, you have a Brazilian player we talked about. You guys both speak Portuguese, so that's kind of a combination there. What was kind of the draw you think for Cuesta College for international players?
Like the role, I don't know. Like I came here because I knew that there's a lot of international players. It's a good thing. Like I tried to come here to America. For international players, I think in other teams, I think it's difficult because it's like really different basketball, really different people. Like, and when I came to Cuesta and I saw like a lot of internationals with the same thoughts and everything, that was good for me. Then like I feel like in home. Like I feel like in home. I talk with Paulo sometimes. Like you want to share something, like just because he's in Portuguese and it's good to share with him and everything. But I like the other guys, and I have a good relationship with other guys. Like they are my brothers, they're like family, like Elis said.
Yeah. Now you came from Bakersfield and went to Pasadena and made your way up here to Cuesta. What are kind of the things that playing with international players or playing here at Cuesta? What are the things you developed? I know you've changed positions from off guard to point guard. What are the things you've developed in the last couple of years here?
Man, I guess patience, number one, because I mean, playing with American style ball, it's all up and down, or one on one. But now, playing in the system is, I've developed patience. I mean, whether there's a language barrier or me, setting up a play, coming from the off guard. I mean, I've learned that, and also my shooting and ball handling, has helped a lot because I'm used to coming, working around, away from the ball. That's what I was used to, or catching, ripping, and go. And now, I have to dribble, set up my own shot, and I mean, before I came here, I mean, I didn't really have a jump shot. Now, I've developed that.
Yeah,
so
see the percentages go up.
Yeah.
Now, Oscar, this is a question here. Your playing style and ability, you've drawn a tremendous amount of fouls.
Yeah.
One of the things I saw was when you went on your profile is you like soccer, and we always talk about how soccer is a lot of we won't call it acting, but overemphasizing the fouls. And is that something you've incorporated from soccer into basketball?
Yeah, kind of. Like, but the style in Europe is like that. You can see NBA players in Europe. Even the foreign players, like from Argentina, from South America, Ginobili, for example, and he's flopper and everything. Yeah, but kind of. As I watch a lot of soccer. And the style of Europe is like I play, like the European plays. Like I can exaggerate sometimes in the flop, but that's good. That's the way we play, and I think
maybe you have a home if you find another college down in Los Angeles area in Hollywood. So, well, thank you, gentlemen. Both of you guys keep up the great work. We hope you go deep in the playoffs, get another conference title, and we'll see you on the floor.
Okay.
So that does it here for men's basketball. Here, we like to thank Oscar and Elis again for joining us. Coming up, next, we'll have a look at women's basketball with Katie Rodriguez and Miriam Zabisky when Cuesta Sports Monthly returns.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communications. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communications.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for enrollment dates and class information.
Don't get the boom in the shot.
Blown it, bro.
Cuesta.edu.
We're back on campus, Cuesta Sports Monthly. I'm Peter Schuler. We are joined by Cagers, Perscilla, Kluis, and Ashley Gamber. We were hoping to have Katie Rodriguez and Miriam Zabinski. Lucky to have Perscilla, a sophomore defensive player from last year, and Ashley Gamber, first-year forward for the Cougars this season. So, welcome, Ashley and Perscilla. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
Schedule conflicts with a couple of your teammates, but thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
Well, let's just get right into it. You guys are right now ranked 18th in the state. Started off real hot with a school record, 12 games to start the season.
Yeah.
12-0 start. That's just double the previous school record, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You guys have broken the school record for points in a game twice this season. Been ranked as high as 6th this season, which is the second highest ranking in school history, next to the 97 team that went to the state finals. So pretty impressive start this season. How are you guys feeling as we head down the stretch? Right now we're in a bit of a slow slump.
A bit of a slump right now, yeah. We started off really hot, 12-0, and then once the league, we had some downfalls when one of our players quit and stuff. But we're getting out of our slump right now. We've lost the last 3 games, but we play Hancock tomorrow, so ready to get back at it.
Right. Like we said, so you're 18-6. So that means you've been 6-6 since that hot start.
Yeah.
But you're coming into this second round of playoff of conference with 3 straight losses, which was kind of unexpected.
Very unexpected.
The first 2 by a total of 4 points. So there's some bad luck right there.
Some bad luck. We had some shaky games. The last 3 we got, bad.
We're getting back at it. Like, we had our downfalls, but we only can go up now. So, like, we're just looking forward to playing Hancock and just get back at it.
Well, you've kind of seen everybody now. Hancock, this is going to be the third time we played them. So you've gotten to see everybody. You feel pretty confident, even though you had those close losses with Moore and Canyons, that those are teams you can handle.
We can totally beat them. We only lost by 2, and we've lost in overtime by one of them. So we know we can beat them, and we know we can hopefully take second in conference. So just got to get back at it in the second round.
Last year, Perscilla, you were part of a team that was the first team at Cuesta to make the playoffs since 2008. It was a big jump, especially for Coach Barba. This is your second year with Coach Barba. Some of the things last year, you were his 6th man and his lockdown defender. That, like I said, the team's defensive player of the year. How has your role changed? What are the things that you've seen change this year from last year?
Last year we had a smaller team actually than we have this year, and last year I was the defensive player, and this year we have way more people stepping up in that position too. Like, we just all contribute a lot, and we just go at it as a team. Like, it's more people just doing more. Like, we're just all together now. We're just all trying.
Right. You have a very small group, nine players out there.
Yeah.
But you also play a very up-tempo game.
So
not
a very deep bench when
keep
you're running
you
up
guys
and down
pretty much
the court.
Conditioning is going to be a huge part of what you do, because that's a huge factor in your success.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, now what are some of the things that do you find there's limitations, because not only do you not have a legitimate 6-foot forward post player. I mean, Jerica's right close, but she's not quite there. But you're a smaller team, a quicker team. What are some of the limitations, and what are some of the positives you think you guys get out of that? We'll start with limitations. We'll start with Perscilla.
I think we're faster, but it's just the limitations. When we play teams that are taller, we have to try. You have to try everything to stop them, and sometimes we get in foul trouble, but we try. And then just try to break on them, because they're slower most of the times when you have taller players. So we're just trying everything we can, just pack the paint, try to stop them from scoring close to the basket.
Now, about with you, because you end up down in the blocks a little bit against these taller players.
Sometimes I do. So limitations? Are we still doing limitations?
No. Now we're saying some of the positive things.
I think having 9 players is good, because we're really close, and so we all know how to play well with each other. The 5 on the court, we know where each other are, and we're really good with spotting each other, since we've been playing with only 9 for months now. So I think we're doing fine with it, honestly.
Now, it's coming out of a smaller school.
Very small.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, pretty small.
But coming over here and having a smaller team here, Perscilla's been here for a second year. She's kind of gotten used to the college level. All the rest of the starters are more comfortable.
Yeah.
What were some of the transition changes for you to be with this group? Because we have 5 sophomores on a 9-person team, so there's a lot of adjustment for everyone.
Yeah, it was a huge change. I mean, we had a super small team, obviously, in high school also, but playing down like south, like way tougher teams, and just like my teammates are like, they push us every day, because when I was in a smaller school, we didn't have like we didn't have competition.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's totally pushing me to become a better player, and it's helped me overall, I think. So
now you also had a transition, Perscilla, coming over here from The Hague in the Netherlands. What was the kind of the reason that you came to Cuesta College? What did you?
Well, I just wanted to like get out of the country, just like see more. And this agency like sent out my information, and Coach Barber responded, and that's like how I got in contact with him. And I was like, why not take the challenge? And it's actually it's been a challenge, because like it was really different. Like the rules are different here, and just like the level of playing just like made me a better player too. Just like to see and to experience like this level of basketball is just a great experience.
Now, when they said you're going to a small school in San Luis Obispo, what did you have an idea about that, or did you get it right on the computer and find out as much as you could about the area?
I actually just went on the computer and found as much. Like the first thing I saw was like, oh, California, oh, that's nice, like
Hollywood or San
sun, like the
Francisco
beach, like that's great. And then I just like did some research like about the city, and I was like, oh, it looks great. I was like, well, this is like it can't get worse. Like it's just everything was positive.
Beach and
like
can't go wrong.
So I was excited for like the first time coming here and coming to this place. So I was kind of excited to be here.
And you really felt like you kind of fitted quite.
Yes, it
right
was
away,
perfect. I felt like home. It felt like home.
Now, what about do you actually interact with some of the guys? We have a tremendous amount of the men's team is also international.
That's
Do you
Yes, I
have
actually know
like
a
an
couple
international
of them.
students coalition?
Yeah, we have a little like
Totally.
Yeah, we have something in common. Like especially in the beginning, I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, fellow foreigners! Like we understand each other." And like, yeah, I actually know a couple of them from the Netherlands. We have like the exact same friends, and like I saw them in the summer, and I didn't even know they were coming here. So it was actually pretty great to like have some people here too. I knew actually.
Now, what we had Oscar Pedroso on last segment. He's from Portugal, one of our international men's players, and he was talking about the style of the games. What has changed in your style? What have you developed in the last 2 years?
Especially the tempo is different. Like back home, like the tempo was like fast, but like it was different. Like we would like stop and just take our time for offense. Here you like want to push yourself. You want to go to the basket.
Right.
Like you're like more aggressive too. Here, the rules are different. Like back at home, like and the level we played, like nobody played zone. It's just like, oh man, like nobody wants to play zone. So like being here and like playing zone was like different for me, because I was like, oh, I haven't done this in like a really long time. So like I had to start from basics again, and like learning the rules from a zone and that kind of stuff. So.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you both for joining us here at Cuesta
Thanks
Sports
for
Monthly.
having
We're excited to
us.
miss Katie Rodriguez and Miriam Zabinski. We're very happy
Good
to have
surprise.
Perscilla Kluis and Ashley Gamber here at Cuesta Sports Monthly. When we return, we'll steal a few minutes with Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. We'll be right back with more Cuesta Sports Monthly.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communications. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communications.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for
Who's that?
enrollment dates and class information.
I don't know who that is.
Somebody else from public.
Don't get the boom in the shot. Blown it, bro.
Cuesta.edu.
We're back with Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci here on Cuesta Sports Monthly. Bob, welcome back to Cuesta Sports Monthly. It's been a few months since we've had you here. You had a couple of changes. Last time we were here, we were talking about your big fundraiser, the day at NFL Network or a football game. I just want to see how'd that go, the fundraiser, and it sounded like one of those exciting things. It seemed like a lot of people are interested, and I wanted to.
Yeah. It was fun. It turned out well. It was financially, it worked out well for our booster club and our athletics, and it was a great game to pick. As you know, we gave tickets away to the 49ers Seattle Seahawks game, which made out to be one of the biggest rivals in the NFL, and with Seattle winning the whole thing.
And if you ask some people, their third game was actually this should have been the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Hey, and then I'll tell you one thing: the NFL Network visit to the NFL Network turned out really cool. It was really neat. Craig Losey and his son Hunter went down, and I took him down there, and it was really a neat experience. Even for myself, I'd not been there with my brother before, so the production that they put on is pretty intense. It's a lot behind the scenes that, as the group here knows, how much goes behind the scenes, and you don't really see that on TV. So it was a good experience. It was a good fundraiser, and it was very productive. So,
and for the few people who don't know, Bob's older brother, Steve Mariucci, former Niners, Lions, Cal coach, there's probably a few others, is now one of the, so can we call them Talking Heads? Would that make us Talking Heads?
Yeah.
On the NFL Network, and one of the things he did was bring a VIP pass for the fundraiser. It was to offer one of those. So
yeah,
your brother was at the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So did you have any contact about what he thought about that? Or?
I haven't talked to him since.
Or is it just the same as we saw on TV?
The same as you saw on TV. Yeah. I know he predicted the Broncos though, so I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, do we have anything else looking forward to? I mean, I know you just got done with a big project. I don't want to put it on you. What are you looking for the next time?
Well, in our booster club is always being creative on ways to raise money in our department. So, we'll come next fall again with some kind of fun giveaway or trip and so forth. So, we'll be continuing to work on fundraising efforts throughout the spring. And I know a lot of teams do fundraising, efforts here throughout the spring also. So baseball's going to have a fundraiser coming up soon at a winery, and just various things. And
so they did Christmas trees in December and wine.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, everybody knows how much the coaches work and trying to fundraise and what you're doing there. So it's a big project, and to join the Cuesta College Booster Club would be an important thing to do. I want to pass that on to everybody. So, but we've had a lot of success this fall. We had runners go on to state for the men's cross country. I think it was their 6th straight season as a team going to state. The women returned to state championships. We've had some success in soccer, especially towards the end of the season. Women's volleyball was solid. Women's water polo tied a school record for wins in the season.
Yeah.
Men's water polo onto the playoffs. Top 10 finish for wrestling. And both of our basketball teams are ranked right now. I mean, what are some of the things that you stand out, especially in the fall, and then we can talk about basketball, but what are the things that stand out for you as an athletic director when you see these teams succeed?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a tremendous year thus far, and like you said, the wrestling team had a great run, and the women's volleyball team.
Is that especially close to your heart as a former high school
former wrestler? Yeah. They did a great job.
See those guys out there on the mats.
Yeah, so it's been fun, and when your coaches are doing well and kids are having fun and you're winning, and that's all good. And like you said, basketball right now is actually. They're both very, very good, and so it's kind of fun to watch where we go with them. And then already we're in our spring sports season. Got a couple of baseball games under our belt and softball. So I'm looking forward to the spring sports with swimming and track and field. And so it's a busy time right now. This actually, this when you have basketball still going on. But it's fun, and the coaches are doing good.
Really do have some of those fun things. The basketball team, both of them ranked in rarity at Cuesta. Have both teams ranked at the same time.
Yeah,
men 20th, women 18th, and then baseball coming this season as a top 10 preseason team. And I think we're going to see softball climb. I think softball has got a lot of talent out there.
Yeah,
we've seen them today. Right now, they're 4-0, and they're playing real well. And hopefully, we'll get a chance to talk with some of them on our next episode.
Yeah,
but and then swimming coming off a top 5 finish for the men.
Yeah.
So some exciting stuff out there. But it's not just all about what happens on the field at Cuesta College. We're known as a great academic school. Any news on that front?
Well, we just
I already know about, but
No, we just had some. Every year we nominate our student athletes to the state level for academic achievement and our teams and so forth. And just 2 days ago, we were also our men's water polo team was again crowned one of the top academic teams in the entire state. And then we had another young man, Spencer Silva, former water polo player, swimmer for us, that was named to the top honor roll. There are 27,000 athletes that compete at the community college level every year, and he was one of the top 10 academic scholar athletes in the state. So it's a great feather in Cuesta College's cap, and all of what we do, our coaches, our counselors, and Spencer was a great young man to represent us, and so those are two good awards for us recently.
Yeah, a couple of things I've noticed while looking at the stats is Cuesta's excellent transfer rate as a community college, but also since in the last about 15, 16 years, no school has had more scholar teams or scholar athletes recognized by the state than Cuesta College, which is an impressive sight, and especially we just saw last semester's grades came out with 64 of 119 students making honor roll. So
wow, yeah,
impressive on the field and in the classroom, which is what we want when there's scholar athletes is done.
Yeah, and there's two things there, Pete, that people don't realize. I mean, our athletic department, we offer 15 sports with nearly 300 student athletes. I mean, that's a big athletic program without football, without that many numbers of kids. But, you know, and our kids succeed very well in the classroom, which is again, I just think it's a thing that we strive for, not only success on the athletic field, but to make sure they're succeeding to transfer and all that, and year after year we get those recognitions, which I think is important for us. Maybe the most. And looking at last fall, it looks like we have a head start on next year's awards too. Yeah. So things are good. Things are good.
All right. What are some of the things? Going back, our last broadcast for this year is going to be the Athlete of the Year luncheon. Is there any front runners that you've picked out so far and along the way?
Bobby,
or your Bobby Awards, which is always Bob's favorite players.
Every year
volunteers.
Every year there's some great student athletes that we have that you just gravitate to and want to see them succeed, and the success part of it is that when they go on and transfer to wherever, UOP and Pepperdine, and so we have those types of kids that are continuing to succeed and transfer on, and at the end of the year when we do have that Athlete of the Year luncheon, it's just a great way to recognize them and show the success that we've had. So I look forward to that, and like I said, there's still a lot of sports ahead of us with swimming and track, and
swimming should be an interesting year this year.
Yeah.
I think it should be fun to see how the men react after getting top 4 in the state last year. So
but things are good,
and it's going to be fun because we just coming in next week. We get to see swimming and track coming up, and so we got baseball and softball off to hot starts. And,
track. We don't have as many home events with track and field and swimming. So when we do, you need to come out and watch. I hope because we have a huge swim invitational, one of the largest swim invitationals in the state, maybe the country, with 25, 30 teams that here.
And we do have bleachers.
And and a nice warm pool, and also a track meet that we'll host in later March. It's this is a great running community, so to come out and support our track athletes and watch us compete is an important thing. So
join us out here for Cuesta athletics, baseball, softball, track and swimming just getting started. Basketball in their home stretch, as we met with some of the athletes earlier today, getting ready for the playoffs and maybe a conference title for one or both of them. So that does it here on Cuesta Sports Monthly for this month. Thanks to all the crew of the Cuesta broadcast production and our guests today, Oscar Pedroso, Elis Gibson, Ashley Gamber, Priscilla Kluis, and of course, Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. We'll see you next month on Cuesta Sports Monthly. Be sure to check the Cuesta's athletic website for more information.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communications. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communications.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for enrollment dates and class information.
Don't put the boom in the shot. Blowing it, bro.
Cuesta.edu